Hello. So you decided to learn HTML. Well, let me tell you something. That was a good decision. Well, maybe if you are a complete beginner, it will be a little bit, complicated, but let's just stick with tutorials and I can promise you at the end of these tutorials, at the end of this playlist, you will know HTML good enough to make a decision. Do you want to continue with this thing or you want to just leave and go to desktop programming or something? So let me reposition myself because it was funny angle. We need to know a little bit about HTML terminology and theory. So I don't want to just throw at you some source code because you will be like, dude, this is just too much. So I just want to briefly go to some pages on Wikipedia because I need you to know some terms, some terminology and a little bit of theory and history. Just a couple of minutes, I promise it will not hurt you at all. So, what that means, HTML? It's hypertext markup language, which means it's not programming language. It is really simple markup language, and with help of HTML, you will provide content for your viewers. And see this? It's for creating web pages and web applications. So today the many websites are actually applications, big stuff. Data is behind, databases. So it's not just website. You can have a couple of static pages for your company, for example. And static pages are, you cannot change them. They just stick together. You cannot change them. There is no any kind of databases behind. They are because of that static. And this is just a simple website, but there is really big systems, really big, for example, banking applications, web applications. Well, we're gonna learn HTML because guess what? We also need a little bit later to learn a little bit about CSS and JavaScript and PHP. See this? I was a little bit angry at this Wikipedia page because there is no PHP here. They say with cascading style sheets and JavaScript it forms of thread of cornerstone technologies. Well, where is PHP? Seriously. I mean, some people are like, PHP is old, what you need is JavaScript, JavaScript is all around. Yes, it is, it's a fact, but these guys, someone who wrote this page, they forgot PHP, okay? That's not fair. PHP is excellent language. It's not important what they are telling you. I'm telling you that PHP is really good stuff and you can make a lot of money with it. So how this thing work? Actually, let's say you have some PC, server, nice PC, 20 gigabytes of RAM, for example, and you host some Counter-Strike tournament, no problem. But in the same time, not just that you can listen music while playing Counter-Strike on your own server, you can also provide dedicated web pages for people, the forums on your same PC. Look, this is just simplification, but this is how things work basically. So there is that web server application. It's software, of course, it's application. And you can install it on your PC. And task of that server is provide HTML pages for viewer. This is how thing works. So think about this. Web server is like folder, dedicated folder where you will put HTML pages. And when your viewer with his browser clicks on some link, then that link will transfer them to your server. Is on specific web page. So the task of web server is to serve HTML page in simple terms. Of course, there will be many other solutions HTML related. For example, you will use JavaScript or PHP or some other language to pull data from database, and so your viewer can have a rich experience, let's say, on your website. But we're gonna just stick with HTML. Web server, your PC, web server application. Inside of that web application or server is folder. Inside of that folder, some HTML pages. When someone clicks, they got that page and on their web browser, and they enjoy your website, whatever. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Okay, see these things in green, like image and input and p. What's that? These are tags. What that means, that those tags are specific HTML commands, and their task is to beautify somehow a text. You know, when you have your, I don't know, textbook, it's everything boring and just black letters on white background. It's boring. But on web page you can beautify things. You can higher up a font, you can transfer them here or there, you can put images, you can resize them, you can beautify things. So the task of tags is to help you to position and beautify things, useful content on your web page. Don't worry about that. There is 50 or 20 tags we're gonna learn, and that will be enough for you to grasp the whole idea. You don't need to memorize these things, you don't, but you need to understand how they work together. And don't worry about HTML versions. Look, we are beginners, and you don't want to waste your time on HTML history. But check this out. 25 years ago was initial release. What it means is HTML is old enough, but not too much, and there will be a lot of improvements and place for you and me on this IT market to make money with it, if you wanna make money with it. There is place for improvement, even if HTML is this old. Why? Check this out. You know about C and C++. Check this out. 46 years ago, C++, 33 years ago, they're still growing. Plenty of job opportunities. We are living in a beautiful world of opportunities, and we can combine all of these things for our pleasure or benefit or whatever. Why am I saying this? For example, you don't want to go into desktop programming, but you can make or you can take other people tutorials or web tutorials, whatever. You can make simple web page and put those tutorials of other people, C, C++, Java, Python, whatever, inside of your website. Of course, they possess those tutorials, but you're making money with it. For example, when you put ads around their content. This is how some people make money. I mean, a lot of pages. So we can also talk about making money, but that's for completely another playlist. Yeah, what's next? Okay, check this out. Website, official website. When you click on it, what we're gonna see is HTML is web core language, so really it's base for everything. And this is why I said it was good decision for you to understand, to understand all of this. So for creating content for everyone to use anywhere. I mean, in a couple of years, even right now, HTML is everywhere. Probably on your washing machine there is some HTML somewhere. Well, C++ probably and C, but you know, HTML is also popular for those appliances as an interface. What's also important here, interesting, well, in 1980s, this guy, Tim Berners-Lee, he was the guy who is guilty because we have such a beautiful internet today. Well, largely. He proposed some Inquirer project, and in 9 years later, he wrote a memo proposing an internet-based hypertext system. Check this out. There was a guy almost 3 decades ago thinking about these things, and now it's reality. What that means is, if you right now have some kind of weird, insane idea, and if you have a little bit of budget and a lot of persistence, you can put that into reality. It's beautiful. In this IT world, we just need to be stubborn enough to put our ideas out there, and people will start, you know, taking it and getting what's the term in English? Fraction. I don't know. I'm not sorry, the English is not my primary language, so maybe I will make some kind of error. So what's also important here, different versions, don't worry too much about it. How HTML look like, you probably know that from your textbook, but look, this is just a simple code, okay? For you, maybe it's like, oh my god, what the hell is this? Don't worry about it. We will go through all of these things one by one at the end. I can promise to you, at the end of this playlist, at the end of these tutorials, you will know HTML. So you can take me for word there. Yeah, it's enough. In next tutorial we're gonna mess around with different editors because I do know that people will be like, is this editor better or is this better? Look, it's really simple. If you really like some editor, take it and forget everything else. Why? Because your priority is learning HTML, is learning source. You don't wanna waste your time on choosing editor. I was there, it was dark place. Don't do that. Take one, stick it one, be focused on HTML or on a, say, programming language. Don't waste your time on choosing editors. 11 minutes, oh my god. Look, see you in next tutorial, and yeah, that's about it. 11 minutes, Jesus.